Hello and welcome to Super English Beginners. Let's learn English together. I'm Anna.
And I'm Mike. Hello, Anna. And hello to all of you listening right now, wherever you are in the world. It really means a lot that you're spending this time with us.
It really does. And Mike, I have to say, there's a certain feeling in the air today. Can you feel it?
I can. It's that moment when the year is almost over. The days feel a little quieter, a little more thoughtful. People start looking back and also looking forward.
Exactly. The calendar is about to change, and suddenly everyone is talking about new beginnings, fresh starts, and plans for the future.
Which is why today's topic feels so perfect. Today, we're talking about New Year, how to talk about New Year in English, your celebrations, your plans, your hopes, and yes, those famous New Year's resolutions.
New Year is such a powerful moment. It's not just a holiday. It feels emotional for a lot of people.
It really does. It's the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. Even if nothing magically changes at midnight, it still feels meaningful.
And for English learners, New Year is a wonderful topic. There are so many common phrases, traditions, and conversations connected to it. These are things people talk about everywhere.
At work, with friends, with family, someone will always ask, "So, what are you doing for New Year?" Or, "Do you have any New Year's resolutions?"
Exactly. And by the end of this episode, you'll feel much more comfortable answering those questions in English.
Before we get into everything, we just want to take a quick moment to speak directly to you, our listeners.
Yes, if you enjoy these real conversations and you want to improve your English step by step, please subscribe to Speak English Daily.
When you subscribe, you don't just support the channel, you become part of this learning community, and that really matters to us.
And if this episode helps you, even a little, give it a like. It helps other English learners find us too.
And share it with a friend who's learning English. Practicing together makes everything easier and more fun.
Thank you for being here, truly. Now, Mike, before we jump into stories and conversations, I think we should start with some important New Year vocabulary.
I agree. A few key words can really change how confident someone feels when speaking.
Exactly. So let's slow down and explain them clearly. Mike, what's the first word?
The first word is resolution.
Resolution. This is a big one.
A resolution is a promise you make to yourself for the new year. It's something you want to change or improve in your life.
Yes, it's a personal goal. For example, last year, my resolution was to wake up earlier in the morning.
Oh, that's a tough one. Did you keep it?
Honestly, some days yes, some days no, but I tried, and that matters.
It really does. And that brings us to two very useful phrases. When you follow your resolution, we say you keep your resolution.
And when you stop following it, we say you break your resolution.
A lot of people break their resolutions by February.
That's true. And if that happens, it's okay. New Year isn't about being perfect.
It's about trying and learning.
Exactly. Okay, let's move to the next word.
The next word is countdown.
Countdown. This is the moment right before the new year begins.
Yes, a countdown is when we count backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, all the way to 0.
People do this together on New Year's Eve, just before midnight.
And there's so much energy in that moment. Everyone is watching the clock, waiting for the year to change.
I always feel my heart beat faster during the countdown.
Me too. It's exciting and emotional at the same time.
Okay, the next word is toast.
Toast is an interesting one because it has two meanings.
Right. Toast can be bread that is brown and crispy.
But on New Year, a toast is something different. It's when you raise your glass and say something kind or hopeful before drinking.
For example, someone might say, "To a happy new year," and then everyone drinks.
And we can also use toast as a verb. You can say, "Let's toast to the new year."
That simply means, let's celebrate together with our drinks.
Whether it's champagne, juice, or water, it's the meaning that matters.
Absolutely. Okay, next phrase.
Ring in the new year.
I love this phrase.
Me too. It's very festive. To ring in the new year means to celebrate the arrival of the new year.
You can say, we rang in the new year with friends, or how are you going to ring in the new year?
It sounds warm and joyful.
And finally, one more phrase that's very important.
Turn over a new leaf.
This is an idiom.
Yes, an idiom is a phrase where the meaning is not clear just from the individual words.
Turn over a new leaf means to make a positive change in your life, to start fresh, to behave differently.
For example, you could say, this year I want to turn over a new leaf and be more patient.
It's a hopeful phrase. It feels gentle, not strict.
Exactly. So let's quickly review. We have resolution, countdown, toast, ring in the new year, and turn over a new leaf.
These words will come up again and again in real conversations.
And now that we've explained them, we can start using them naturally.
I'm ready.
Me too. Let's start talking about New Year the way people really do.
So, Mike, now that we've talked about the words, I'm curious. What are you actually doing on New Year's Eve this year?
Honestly, I'm still deciding. Part of me wants to go out, be around people, feel that energy, and another part of me just wants a quiet night.
I completely get that. New Year's Eve can feel exciting and exhausting at the same time.
Exactly. When I was younger, I loved big parties. Loud music, crowded rooms, everyone shouting during the countdown.
Let me guess. Now you're more selective.
Very. These days, I care more about who I'm with than where I am.
That's such an important shift. I feel the same way. Some of my favorite New Year's Eves were very simple.
Really? Not even a party?
Not at all. One year, I stayed home with 2 close friends. We cooked dinner together, talked for hours, and completely forgot about the time.
Wait, really? You forgot about the countdown?
Completely. We suddenly looked at the clock and realized it was already midnight.
That's kind of perfect, though.
It was. We laughed, hugged, and made a very late toast with whatever drinks we had.
That sounds more meaningful than a crowded room.
It was. And that's the thing about New Year's Eve. People think it has to look a certain way.
Big party, fancy clothes, loud celebration.
Yes. But for many people, a quiet night feels much better.
I remember one year when I forced myself to go to a party because I thought I should.
Oh no, that never ends well.
It really didn't. I spent the whole night checking the time, feeling tired, wishing I was home.
That feeling is the worst. You're surrounded by people, but you feel disconnected.
Exactly. And when midnight came, everyone was cheering, and I just felt empty.
That's such an honest thing to say, and I think a lot of people feel that way, but don't talk about it.
New Year brings a lot of emotions, hope, excitement, but also pressure.
Pressure to be happy, pressure to feel excited.
Yes, but emotions don't work on a schedule.
That's so true. Some years, New Year feels joyful. Some years, it feels quiet or reflective.
And both are okay.
Absolutely. So this year, what are you leaning toward?
I think I'll spend it at a friend's place. Not a big party, just a small group.
That sounds nice. What will you do?
We'll probably hang out, eat too much food, and talk about the year.
Hang out is such a useful phrase. It sounds relaxed, not planned or formal.
Exactly. No schedule, no pressure. Just being together.
Will you watch the countdown?
Yes, definitely. We'll put it on TV a few minutes before midnight.
I love that moment when everyone gets quiet and starts counting together.
Me too. 10, 9, 8.
And suddenly, everyone's voice gets louder.
And faster. And then 0.
And then the cheers.
The hugs. Sometimes tears.
Tears?
Yeah, I've seen people cry at midnight. Happy tears. Emotional tears.
That makes sense. It's a moment of release.
Exactly. You carry so much through the year, and suddenly it's over.
I remember one New Year's Eve when I cried too.
Really? What happened?
Nothing bad. It was just a hard year, and when midnight came, I felt relief.
Like you survived it.
Yes, that's exactly how it felt.
That's powerful. People don't talk about that side of New Year.
They don't, but it's very real.
So after the countdown, do you usually make a toast?
Always, even if it's just water in my glass.
Same here. It's not about the drink.
It's about the words, the intention.
What do you usually say?
I like simple toasts, something like, to health, peace, and another year together.
I love that. Not too big, not too dramatic.
Exactly. What about you?
I usually say, here's to showing up again next year.
Oh, I really like that.
Life isn't about huge wins all the time. Sometimes just showing up matters.
That's such a meaningful thought, and that's what New Year's Eve gives us, a pause.
Do you have any specific traditions you always do at midnight?
In my family, yes. We open the front door right at midnight.
I remember you mentioning that earlier. I love that tradition.
It feels symbolic, letting the old year go, welcoming the new one in.
It's simple but powerful.
And my mom always insists on it, even if it's cold.
That's dedication.
She says, if you don't open the door, the new year can't come in.
I love that logic.
Me too. Traditions don't have to make sense. They just have to feel right.
That's so true.
And after that, we usually sit down again and talk.
About the year?
About everything. Funny moments, difficult moments, random memories.
That sounds very grounding.
It is. It reminds me that life is made of small things.
And New Year's Eve brings those small things into focus.
Exactly. You know, Mike, after all that talking and celebrating, New Year's Eve always fades into something quieter for me. And that's usually when my thoughts turn to resolutions.
Same here. It's almost impossible not to think about them. Even people who say they don't believe in New Year's resolutions still end up reflecting in some way.
Exactly. It's like the question appears on its own. You wake up one day and suddenly think, okay, what now?
Yes. What do I want this year to look like? What do I want to change? What do I want to keep the same?
And those questions can feel exciting, but also a little uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable sometimes, because you have to be honest with yourself.
That's the hardest part. It's easy to say, I want to be better. It's harder to say how.
Or why. I think the why matters a lot.
I agree. When I was younger, my resolutions were very general. Things like, I want to be happier, or I want to be more successful.
Those sound good, but they're hard to measure.
Exactly. And when I didn't know if I was succeeding, I felt like I was failing.
I've been there. One year, my resolution was simply be more productive.
That's such a common one.
And also very confusing. More productive doing what? At what cost?
Right. You can end up feeling guilty even when you're resting.
That's what happened to me. I was always thinking I should be doing more.
So did you change how you make resolutions?
I did, slowly. Now I try to make them smaller and more personal.
I like that. Can you give an example?
Sure. One year, my resolution was to go for a short walk every day, just 10 minutes.
That sounds simple.
It was, and that's why it worked. Even on busy days, 10 minutes felt possible.
And how did it make you feel?
Honestly, proud, calm, more connected to myself.
That's such an important word, possible.
Yes, if a resolution doesn't feel possible, it usually doesn't last.
I learned that the hard way. One year, I made a long list of resolutions.
Oh no, how long was the list?
Very long. Wake up early, exercise every day, eat perfectly, learn a new language, save money, read more, be more social.
That's a full-time job.
Exactly. And after 2 weeks, I was exhausted.
And disappointed, I imagine.
Very. I felt like I had already failed, and it was only January.
That feeling can really take the joy out of a new year.
It can. So now I usually choose one main resolution. Maybe two, but that's it.
That's a healthy approach.
This year, my resolution is actually very simple. I want to slow down more.
Slow down. That's interesting.
Yes, I want to stop rushing through everything. Meals, conversations, even rest.
That's not an easy resolution, though.
No, it's not, but it's important to me. I've noticed that when I slow down, I enjoy life more.
That makes a lot of sense. My resolution this year is related, actually.
Really? What is it?
I want to be more consistent, not more intense.
I love that distinction.
In the past, I would start things with a lot of energy, new habits, new routines, and then I would burn out.
So now you're choosing steadiness over excitement.
Exactly. I don't need big changes. I need small habits that stay.
That's such a mature way to look at it.
I don't know about mature, but it feels kinder.
Kinder to yourself.
Yes, and I think that's something people forget when they talk about turning over a new leaf.
That phrase can sound very strict, like you have to become a completely different person.
But really, it just means making a positive shift.
A gentle shift.
Exactly. You're not erasing who you are, you're adjusting.
That's such an important message for our listeners.
Especially for English learners, too. Progress doesn't have to be fast.
Yes, you don't have to suddenly speak perfectly.
Showing up regularly is enough.
You know, New Year's resolutions often connect to New Year's Day as well.
They do. January 1st has a very different feeling from December 31st.
Completely different. New Year's Eve is emotional and energetic. New Year's Day is quiet.
Almost peaceful.
For me, New Year's Day feels like a blank page.
That's a beautiful way to describe it.
I usually wake up late. I let myself sleep in without guilt.
Same here. Sleeping in on New Year's Day feels deserved.
It does. Your body needs rest after staying up late.
And mentally, too. There's a lot to process.
When I wake up, I don't rush. I make coffee slowly. I sit by the window.
That sounds very calm.
It is. I like starting the year without noise.
I used to think I had to start the year doing something impressive.
Like going for a run at 6 in the morning?
Exactly. Or cleaning the entire house.
That's a lot of pressure for day one.
It really is. Now I see New Year's Day as a soft beginning.
I love that phrase, a soft beginning.
You still have 364 more days to do things.
Exactly. There's no rush.
Do you have any traditions on New Year's Day?
Yes. My family usually has a long breakfast or brunch together.
Brunch is perfect for that day.
It is. No one is in a hurry. Everyone wears comfortable clothes.
That alone makes the day better.
We sit at the table for a long time. We talk, we laugh, we share plans.
Do you talk about resolutions?
Sometimes, but not in a serious way. More like sharing hopes.
That feels healthier.
I think so. It keeps things light.
For me, New Year's Day is usually very quiet. I might go for a walk, then spend the afternoon at home.
Doing what?
Reading, watching something familiar, sometimes just sitting and thinking.
Thinking about the year ahead?
Yes, but also letting my mind wander.
That's important too. Not every thought has to be productive.
Exactly. Some thoughts just need space.
I think New Year's Day teaches us something important.
What's that?
That beginnings don't have to be loud.
I love that.
They can be gentle, slow, and still meaningful.
And that kind of beginning often lasts longer.
Yes, just like good resolutions.
Small, honest, and kind.
I think that's a perfect way to think about it. You know, Mike, whenever we talk about New Year like this, I start thinking about how different it looks around the world. Same moment in time, but so many different ways of welcoming it.
That's such a good point. Midnight arrives clearly, but the meaning people attach to it can be completely different depending on where they are and how they grew up.
Exactly. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about New Year. It's universal, but it's also deeply personal and cultural.
I agree. I remember the first time I learned about how other countries celebrate New Year, I was genuinely surprised.
Me too. It made me realize that there isn't one right way to do it.
Yes, for example, some cultures focus a lot on cleaning before the new year begins.
That idea really resonates with me, cleaning as a way of letting go. Exactly. In some places, people clean their homes very carefully in the days before New Year. They want to remove bad luck and make space for good things.
I love that symbolism. Even if you don't believe in luck, the act itself feels refreshing.
It does. A clean space can really affect how you feel mentally.
Definitely. I know that when my space is messy, my thoughts feel messy too.
Same here. And then there are traditions that are much more playful.
Like the ones involving food?
Yes, food plays such a big role in New Year's celebrations everywhere.
I once read about people eating certain foods for luck, not because they love the taste, but because of what the food represents.
Exactly. Some foods represent wealth, some represent long life, some represent happiness.
And then there are the really surprising traditions.
Like breaking plates.
Yes, when I first heard about that, I thought, wait, really?
I had the same reaction. Intentionally breaking plates sounds stressful.
But in that culture, it's actually a sign of friendship and good wishes.
It shows how different values can be expressed in very different ways. I've been there too.
Now I try to balance it. I ask myself, what did I learn?
That's a powerful question.
Because even difficult experiences can teach us something valuable.
And sometimes just surviving a hard year is an achievement.
Absolutely. Not every year is about success or progress.
Some years are about endurance.
And that deserves recognition.
It really does. And alongside reflection, I think gratitude naturally appears.
Yes, gratitude changes the tone of everything.
When you take a moment to notice what you're thankful for, things feel lighter.
Even small things.
Especially small things. A kind message, a quiet morning, a shared meal.
I like to think about those moments during New Year.
Me too. It helps me feel grounded.
And hopeful.
Hope is such a big part of New Year.
It really is. Even people who are skeptical still feel it a little.
There's something about turning the page.
A fresh start.
A chance to reset.
Reset is such a comforting word.
It is. It means you don't have to carry everything forward.
You can choose what to take with you.
And what to leave behind.
That choice feels empowering.
And that's why New Year matters, even though it's just a date.
Humans need moments like this.
Moments to pause.
To reflect.
To imagine something better.
And to remind ourselves that change is possible.
Even small change.
Especially small change.
You know, Mike, I think our listeners might be feeling all of this too.
I think so. And that's why I'd love to invite them into the conversation.
Me too. We don't want this to be a one-way discussion.
Exactly. So here's a little challenge for you, our listeners.
Take a moment and think about one resolution for the new year.
It doesn't have to be big or impressive.
It can be something gentle.
Something meaningful to you.
And if you feel comfortable, share it in the comments.
Try using the phrases we talked about today.
You can say, my resolution is to, or this year I want to turn over a new leaf and...
Don't worry about making mistakes.
Making mistakes is part of learning.
We read your comments and we truly enjoy hearing from you.
It reminds us that we're learning together.
And before we say goodbye, we just want to gently remind you to subscribe to Speak English Daily.
Subscribing helps you keep learning with us one conversation at a time.
And if you found this episode helpful, give it a like.
And share it with someone who's also learning English.
Maybe you can talk about your New Year plans together.
That's one of the best ways to practice.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us.
We really appreciate it.
From both of us, we wish you a peaceful, hopeful, and meaningful new year.
May you keep the resolutions that matter and forgive yourself for the ones you don't.
May you ring in the new year in a way that feels right for you.
And may you continue practicing your English, little by little, every day.
We'll be here with you.
See you in the next episode of Super English Beginners.
Happy New Year.
Happy learning. Goodbye.